All right. What is good? What is good? What is good, ladies and gentlemen? Of course, you know who I is. The good doc, Dr. Mike, back again. Once again, with another classic, and I mean beyond classic live stream for that ass today. Sincerely hoped everybody is blessed, having a great one. The good doc's having an awesome day. Official time check. We're about 8:39 in the p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 7:39 Central, about 5:39 for everybody repping that West Coast, and of course, 9:39 in the AM Philippine Standard Time. Wherever you guys are reporting in the world today, maraming salamat sa lahat, and thank you guys for joining the good doc on what is truly going to be probably one of my favorite live streams of all times. All right, so everybody knows who I am, but I want to introduce my guest. This brother, we've talked offline. I don't think my man got a YouTube channel, so it's not something I can direct you to at the moment. Maybe it'll come soon, maybe it will not. But I want to introduce you to my man, Xzae. All right? And Xzae, I want you to introduce yourself. Tell us about where you're from, you know, a little bit about yourself and your background, what your work is, and what brought you to the Philippines.
Yo, what's up, everybody? What's going on, man? So I'm Xzae Baker III. What's happening for everybody that's on this live feed?
All right.
Let's see. 27 years old, you know, from the United States, coming from Savannah, Georgia, but then, you know, moved to Hawaii. So I'm Hawaiian, man, you know, living in Hawaii for about, 8-9 years, you know what I mean? So I'm originally from the United States. My workforce will be the federal government, work for the government, doing some police work, doing some military work. Yeah, I'm an artist too. I like to sing, rap, make music. Write poetry, in the radio stations, do stuff like that.
Okay.
And that's pretty much about myself. Got 4 brothers. The parents divorced. Come from that side of town, but that's what it is, man. So I'm 27, African American, and that's what it is, man.
All right, now, my bro, I gotta ask you a quick question. What is it that inspired you or encouraged you to want to come to the Philippines in the first place?
Man, what inspired me, man, coming to the Philippines, I have a lot of Filipino friends in Hawaii, man. That's how it started off. To be honest with you guys, my first girlfriend was Filipino, okay, 18 years old, young. I said, hey, what is this Filipino culture about? I see all the food, like what's going on with all this food, all this gathering, pigs everywhere, lechon everywhere. I said, okay, this is pretty cool. So I wasn't really into the Filipino culture until about I was like 19, 20 years old. So I got a lot of Filipino friends in Hawaii. They play basketball, cook, chefs, law enforcement. And so I got a lot of Filipino friends. So that's what really inspired me to go to the Philippines, knowing that Hawaii has a lot of that in one town called Wapahu, where the locals gather and stuff like that. So I got introduced to that, man, and just love the Filipino culture ever since, man. Love the food, love the, the vibe, man, the communication, the friendliness, the family, the orient, everything, man. So
all right. Now, for many people who may not know this, you are currently in the Philippines as we speak. And I want people to if you can, tell people the location of where you are right now in the Philippines.
The location I'm at right now would be Hinatilan, the province, right next to San Juan and Malabayok.
All right, and that's in what particular area region? Is that near the Cebu? Is that near the Davao?
Cebu region.
Okay, all right. Now, is this your first trip to the Philippines?
First trip to the Philippines, Doc.
All right,
man.
Okay, so this is your first trip. Okay, so what was how can I say this? How did you get to where you are right now? Did you fly into Manila, spend a couple of days? What was your first couple of days in the Philippines like? Yeah.
My first couple of days in the Philippines, I actually flown from Korea to Manila.
All right.
First landed in Manila, I landed about, let's say, 2,200 hours, so that'd be 10 o'clock at night. Got there at night. The turbulence was crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Manila has the worst turbulence in my life. Okay, I thought I was on top.
All right.
The most turbulence on the airplane, dog. I ain't gonna lie, dog. I thought my life was over. I said this is too much. So we landed, bro. We landed. I got excited. I said, okay, thank God the flight is over because I was rough.
Thanks.
Got to the airport. I'm like, this is big, bro. Like everybody lining up. I'm like, what's going on? This is different. And then here it goes, going through the embassy line. Bro, here it is. So I get to the embassy line. The lady all questioned me. So where you staying? Who you gonna meet? Like, bro, this is crazy. Like, okay. I'm
Interrogation. Yeah, they interrogate the shit out of you for sure.
I'm like, bro, 20 hours on a flight. You ask me all these questions. I'm tired, bro. I said, okay, but in all realness, dog, I'm like, look, I'm gonna stay at Grass Residences, which is located in Quezon City. Grass. Okay, so I went there for a couple of days in Manila from the 14th to the 24th, from the 14th to the 19th, and then turned around, went to Manila Airport, flown from Manila to Davao.
Okay.
And then here it is, guys. Went to Davao Airport, which is more clean. Okay, Davao, okay, more clean, more nice, and more strict.
A little bit more strict. Okay.
No smoking, no, smoking on the ground, no doing this. You gotta come in curfew. I'm like, okay, our president, I understand. He can't respect it.
Right.
So I got out, took a taxi, which was at the what it's called. It was at the some kind of
Okay, I got you. That's okay. All right. You good?
No, you good. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. It might be the signal. Go. Can you repeat that?
Good. I think coming in.
Nah, you good, man.
Yeah.
I was trying to get the rest of the story. Go ahead. You good?
What you?
Nah, you're good. Go ahead. Go ahead.
My fault. So I went to the car to me. The condo was numb.
Okay, the signal's a little bad, my bruh. Hold on. Let's see. I think the signal's trying to cut up on us a little bit. Hold on. I'm gonna take you off and I'm gonna bring you back on. Just give me a second, all right? Let's see something. All right, guys, just give me a split second. I'm gonna try to see if we can refresh this and see if my boy can get back on. Hold on real quick. Xzae. Your family, you there? He might. Okay, try that. Yeah, we missed that one, man. So you got to Davao, you stayed at the condominium, and then what happened after that? Hold on, we might. Yeah, I think there might be something wrong with the connection. For those that don't know, my man is in the provincial area. So let's be honest. One of the things that I do know to be truthful about the provincial areas.
Yeah, I'm good. You good?
Yeah, it's coming through in and out, man. But like I tell them, man, the provincial area, they got the best internet for sure. But I'm gonna just give my man a minute. Go ahead. Yeah, you might want to get closer to where the router is.
Okay.
All right, no problem.
Can you hear me?
Oh, facts. Okay, so let's pick up back to where you said you were at Davao. You went to your condominium. What happened after that?
And then I was in my bedroom.
Right.
And then I experienced the earthquake at 1 o'clock in the morning. So let me tell y'all something about this earthquake. I have never, ever in my life experienced an earthquake like that again, bro. When I tell you my room started shaking, bro, I thought I was going to die. I said, listen, I cannot die today. I just had a bad flight in Manila. Then I had an earthquake to deal with in the Val, bro. I'm like, okay, why is my bed shaking? Oh, earthquake. And everybody starts screaming, being dramatic. Oh my God, we're going to die. Ah, la, la, la. Like, y'all need to calm down, bro. I'm already stressed. You feel me? This nigga already stressed, bro. Y'all can't be screaming. And then my stupid self didn't take the stairs, dog. I took the elevator.
Why you take the elevator? Nobody takes the elevator, bro. Nobody takes the elevator during the earthquake. But go ahead, go ahead.
I took the elevator, and the security guards were nice. They rerouted everybody to the proper position, the proper, get away from the building. So that was nice. I think the Davao has some great security aspects of the. I think they're
okay, cool.
Militaries, the security, the guards, their customer service.
Yeah. For sure, for sure.
And I'm like the only.
So let's fast forward. Let's fast forward a little bit. So you get to Cebu.
So-
How long did you stay? How long did you stay in Cebu before you ended up where you are right now, or did you go immediately there to where you are right now? You with me? Yo, fam, can you hear me? Yo,
I stayed.
shit. Okay, 3 days. And then you and the young lady, y'all went over to the province. All right, so let's get to what the meat of this particular. Yeah, you good, family. 3 days, 2 days. Facts. All right, so let's get to the meat and potatoes of what this particular live stream is all about. Where you are right now, you're telling me that you've never seen another brother since you've been in that particular area, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
You haven't come across any other brother. All right. So have you seen any other foreigners, period, where you are? Any other foreigners? It don't matter where they from. But
I only seen white.
Any? Only seen white couple.
Yeah, older white guys.
Yeah. Older white guys. Okay.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you an honest question. Considering this is your first time to the Philippines, right? You've never been there before. First time experience the city. First time experience in the province. Okay. What is your initial thought when you figured you're in a location where you're highly likely to be the only black guy in the area? What was your first thoughts?
What the hell am I doing here? You know what I mean?
All right.
Like, yeah. That's what I thought. Like, really, like, what am I doing here? It's awkward. Yeah.
Okay, so you felt awkward. Yeah. I mean, and to be honest with you, if I can be truthful, I understand the feeling. You know, like I said, I lived in the country for a long time. So for me to go to a provincial area, it means nothing because I know what to expect. But considering you're a first-time traveler, you go straight from a city life to an area where shit is completely different. It's a complete 360 to what you're used to, especially in the United States. I mean, number one, it's a wake-up call. Number two, it's weird as hell because you got all these people staring at you. You know, I know they staring and they staring hard as hell, right? Hard. And another thing, and another thing about what I can talk about as far as experience and being in a place like that, you are what I would consider to be one of one. I mean, that's the upside of it. You know, you're the only one of your kind out in that place. Not saying that you're the only one, but it's highly likely you probably won't come across anymore. So have you gotten used to it since you've been there so far, or are you still experiencing some really weird things about being out there? You good? Yeah, that internet be bugging out there in that province, man. So guys, I hope you understand. We're gonna have some technical difficulties because my dude is actually in the province. This is this ain't no joke, man. You see the bamboo hat in the background. You know what I mean? This ain't no shit for real. Go ahead and say that again, man. Nah, you good, man. It's hey, I have the problem and I'm in a city area, so you good. Just wherever you can get to, go ahead and tell me. Go ahead. So just talk about your experiences.
I had can you hear me? You good?
Yeah, go ahead, fam.
Okay. So like so it's kind of weird for me, man. Like everybody will stare at me and not say a word. I'm like, hey, do y'all got a problem? Like, what's going on? Like, y'all like I never seen a nigga before. Like, well, LeBron James, or like, man, I'm far from tall being like LeBron, bro. I ain't LeBron, you feel me? I'm me. You know what I mean? So I mean, but I understand where they're coming from. But the most weird part is when you go to a restaurant, everybody looking at you because they think you got money, they think you're rich, or they think you're a music star, they think you're in the entertainment business. They don't really know. They don't ask a lot of questions, so they assume, right? You know what I mean? They assume that you got this foreigner coming out here. He black. First off, you young. So how did you get over here?
Yep, true. Same with me. Being young and good.
Yeah, young. So they're like, so you must got a lot of money. I said that's not the point. The point is, if you're able to travel and be smart and plan it, then you're able to do it. You feel me?
But like,
yeah, go ahead, fam.
All right, so I feel you, man. I mean, when I like living in the Philippines at a young age, number one, they don't expect to see a lot of young travelers, like especially probably in the province. You know, they don't see a lot of that. It's usually, to be honest, a bunch of old white guys, and that's just truth. But let's get to the questions. I got some questions in the chat. It says, "How safe or dangerous
Okay.
are the provinces compared to the city?" In your experience, have you felt any uneasy feeling about being in a province? Do you feel it's dangerous or anything like that?
Hey, family, for that chat, I don't know, I can't see the name, but to answer your question, it's way safer in the province than the city. Yeah, I see it. Thank you. It's way
You
safer. Yeah, way safer.
good?
Shaky Warrior. Yeah, it's way safer, man. Way safer to be in the province
Okay,
because it's low
explain.
key in this country. So
Okay.
everybody but mind their own business over here.
Okay, facts. Okay, so he also follows up with another question that asks, "What is dating like in the province compared to the main city?" This might be hard for you to answer because maybe you didn't do a lot of dating in the city, but if you could just give what your initial thoughts were in reference to dealing with city girls and then dealing with like women that come from the province, any differences or things that you found to be exceptionally different between the two?
The city girls more about money, moolah. They're all about your
Okay,
money.
right.
Then that's fact. That's facts.
Mm.
The province, because I've been with the same girl forever. I'm faithful like that. So the province is more, they're teachable, if that makes sense. They're more teachable, they're more nice, more open. In my personal opinion, I feel like they're more understanding, not too judgmental, but it depends on how you, I mean, it depends on the situation. So yeah, I had a lot of prostitutes come to me in the city. A lot. So
Well,
I mean,
yeah, I feel you, man. I
it just
mean,
depends.
I kind of feel where you're coming
It,
from, and you bring up a hell of a good point. Even me dealing with girls in the province, it seems like girls that come from the smaller town areas, they're more willing to like not say help because that seems like the wrong word to use, but they're willing to teach you a lot of shit.
right.
Like they
Yeah.
are more
Yeah.
cultural based than probably girls that you'll find coming from like the city area. So yeah, because of how culturally influenced they are with their
Exactly.
particular area, yeah, they probably are more
Mm.
teachable. So yeah, I can fucks with that. So my man, the real chef says, how are the mosquitoes out there? Are they big? Are they big as shit? Or you ain't really had no mosquito issues out there? You good, family? Can you hear me?
Hey, bro. Hey, hey, family, listen, dog. Hey, I thought mosquitoes were bad in Georgia. Hey, the province is worse, dog. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead,
Yeah,
family. Go
I
ahead.
thought, I thought the mosquitoes were bad in Georgia, but they worse in the province. They worse over here.
They
Yeah,
hella
man, they worse.
they in full
They
effect out
worse,
there.
bro. I literally have to wear sweatpants and a jogger. I literally have to wear sweatpants and jogger suit every time I go to eat dinner. That's how bad it is.
Yo, and can you imagine as hot as the fucking Philippines is to have to go
Yo,
out there and you gotta wear a full blown suit just to keep your ass
yeah,
from getting bit
they
up?
bad over here, bro.
Yeah, I
It's
feel you, man.
crazy.
And dengue is a big
Yeah,
deal. That shit right there
yeah.
be
So
scaring
I
folks.
literally had to buy. I literally had to buy repellent.
Yeah, that shit rough out there. It ain't nothing to play with. So shout out to my man Stephen Croft. I see you guys. I appreciate Daniel. I see you, my man Andy, Shaky, my boy Quentin Willis. I appreciate
Yeah,
y'all guys coming through. Y'all get the likes up, man, for sure. Anybody else
bro.
that has any questions, please feel free to ask. We're doing this open live stream, and we're basically talking about what it's like.
Yeah, I don't mess with it, dog. I don't mess with that kind of. Nah, I'm always covered.
You gotta be, man. You gotta be. But yeah, man, we're just talking about life in the province, man. If you guys have ever been to the province, please feel free to make comments or talk about your personal experiences. But honestly, being like the only foreigner, more or less being the only black guy in the province, the shit kind of weird if it's your first time experience. But then again, it does give you a unique perspective. And based on your, my man Xzae, so based on your perspective, what can you say about the province that you like the most as compared to any type of city life, in the Philippines?
Yeah, it's really weird, man. It's different. It's a different kind of weird. You know what I mean? Because people accept you, but then they question you too. Like how is it possible that you're 27 and what's your purpose of being here? Why would you leave the United States to come here to this poor country? We ain't helping you, dude. We ain't helping you. So don't even ask, bro. You know.
That shit kind of funny.
I'm for real, bro. We ain't helping your young behind. But see, it's new to them because it's like they used to seeing these old white foreigners, and that's all they're accustomed to seeing. So when they see a black dude, in my personal case, in my personal opinion, the younger generation is more open than I feel than the older generation. They're more open to receiving you, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So,
I get you. I feel you. I mean, you do make a great point, though. I mean, there's a lot of questions. Like you said, they're happy to see you there, but they definitely wonder why. Because you're so young, because you have the opportunity to go anywhere, they just probably didn't expect to see somebody like you in their area. Like you said, most of the time, the provincial areas are dominated by a particular group of men. And because of that, when they see somebody else young, they're like, why are you here? You can't just be there for the experience. You can't just be there for this or that. You got to be there for a reason. And, you got to answer it, because Filipinos are they're inquisitive as hell. They'll ask you a ton of fucking questions. You don't know why you answer it. You just be bruh, they'll ask you questions for days. But again, it's a part of the acceptance process. So my man Christopher Lewin asked a very important question. He says, who has thicker women, the city or the province? Which women are thicker, in your personal opinion? The ones from the city or the ones from the province?
The city, of course, dog. The city all day. The city, man.
Okay, what makes you
province got smaller girls. Go to the city.
Okay, so my man said the thicker ones are from the city area. Okay, so my man Steven says that he likes the Philippines because there's a lot less pressure. I mean the province, because there's a lot less pressure, and he loves the outside cold showers. Have you had to take a fucking cold shower since you've been in the province? Like the showers, has it been like that ice cold shit or the bucket shower? Have you ever had to experience any of that stuff? Because that's important to me, because I do it. But have you ever had that experience yet?
Bro.
Go ahead, my G. You good? Go for it, man. Speak your mind. Shit. I've done it. I know what it feels like. That shit uncomfortable, ain't it? I'm sorry, man. That shit is not right for everybody.
Bro, can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead. Get closest. Yeah, go now. Go ahead.
Comfortable for me, bro. It's not comfortable for me taking cold showers. I literally got to get a bucket.
Dump that shit on your head. Go ahead.
I can get a bucket used right here. This. I get a bucket and I get the coffee pot, and I gotta pour that jar.
Right. My dude, I do that shit all the time. My dude, when I used to go visit my young lady's from Surigao del Sur. Like, it was always cold, so I used to have to heat water up on the kettle, pour that boiling hot water in a pot, in a bucket, then put some cold water in there just to make it warm so the shit don't singe my skin. And then I get that. But dude, I've done it. I've done that shit. It's the most fucked up thing on earth. The only thing I can say is it is very good for water conservation. That's it. If you really into saving the earth, that's the best way to take a shower. Other than that, man, it is brutal. The shit sucks. Okay, but you get used to it, man. It's a necessary sacrifice for the province. You got to let people know that's a necessary sacrifice for living in the province. You know, I mean,
there ain't no such thing as showers. Nah, nigga, ain't no such thing as showers.
We go coin the phrase bucket bath. Hashtag bucket bath. Because that's pretty much what it is, man. Bucket bath 2020. My man, the real Chef Barber. Yeah, bucket bath. So my man asked the question, have they called you the name Joe? You know, Joe is a foreign term that is used to describe all foreigners. Have you ever heard them call you that since you've been there? Like, hello, Joe, or hey, Joe? Because I get it when they say it, but have you heard it? People, like, when they say hello to you, nothing like that? Not? Okay, that's good. So let me run through some more questions. Not yet.
Not in my case, no. You never called me that.
Okay. So my man Jermaine, appreciate you coming through. We are all there for a reason, for sure. Let's see what we got here. So my man says he's been attacked by those A350 roaches. Dude, the mosquito problem and the roach problem and the ant problem in the Philippines is something else, man. This shit is something else. What has been your experience with the bugs and the nature and all of that shit since you've been in the Philippines? It don't have to focus on anything, just the nature aspect altogether. What has it been like for you guys?
Hey, the nature, man, it's more like the spiders, dog. I had a big behind spider
staring at your ass.
Let me tell you something, bro. I have never been a spider before, bro. I swear. I told my old lady, I said, bro, what kind of spider is that? Oh, it doesn't bite. It's normal. This is not normal, bro. I don't care, bro. I have never seen a big spider in my bed like I seen last night, dog. And then it's not, dog. It's not only the spiders, bro. It's the gnats.
Yes,
all in your ears, bro. Like, what's going on, bro?
That should be smacking you in the face. I know. I fit, bro. I've been through it all. The shit sucks. Okay, there is nothing comfortable about it. Them motherfuckers is crazy. They suck, dude. They be smacking. Dude, you be beating the shit out yourself in your sleep, bro. But the spiders, no cap. Them spiders, though. Don't play with them spiders. That motherfucker be staring at you while you sleep, and he be just sitting on the wall and shit, like really big. I told you that thing was in the bathroom, and I didn't use the bathroom for like 2 or 3 days, man. He could have the shit. I didn't need to go to the bathroom that bad. That's how scared I was of how big those spiders be out there, man. This shit crazy.
I ain't getting, bro. I ain't, bro. Nah. Nah.
That shit. Bro. My dude, you gotta sleep. You gotta sleep with one eye open with that shit, and that shit be bugging me out. I can't. So shout out to. I'm gonna shout out my people. Go ahead.
Okay.
Nah, my man Jermaine.
I'll be wearing 3 jackets, but go ahead, fam.
Yeah. Nah, I'm just shouting out my people. Mr. Smith, I appreciate you, Jermaine. What's the name of the place called that you're in right now, Xzae? What's the name of the place again?
Gentilin.
Oh, Gentilin. All right, fuck. Don't ask me to spell it, but that's where he at. So I'm just shouting out my people. Eyes on, man. Yeah, those spiders are monsters, my dude. I can't fuck with them. The lizards too, man. What about those geckos, man? Them shits be keeping you up at night too. They just as bad.
Hey, what kind of noise they be making, bro? They make some kind of noise, dog.
It goes tuku, tuku, tuku. Dude, that shit be... And them motherfuckers be shitting all over the wall, dude. I'm telling you, fam. I hate them shits, bro.
I swear, bro.
And that shit, that shit be all night. I can't,
bro,
dude.
Bro, you can't even. And then I got pigs next to me. That don't even help because them niggas be hungry. You know what I mean?
They be scarfing and snorting and shit.
Dog, bro.
Shout out to my man Eddie. Yeah, Eddie Jackson. I see your family. Xzae, he says what's up to you too, fam. But
hey, what's good with it, fam? What's going on, bro?
Dude. So what would you say is the most negative aspect of being, out there in the province? What would you say is kind of the worst thing? We talked about the bugs. We talked about that shower. A little internet can be fucked up. But outside of those 3 things, what do you think is probably the worst part about the province? And then you can tell me the best part.
The worst part about the province is, in my personal case, people suck at communication. They suck. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't really speak what's on their mind. So you got to guess what they're saying to you, or you got to kind of figure out, okay, are you mad? Are you upset? Are you sensitive? People out here are sensitive. I don't know. It's just that's the worst for me as far as like when you buy something at a store or at a market, they assume you're a foreigner, so they try to charge you higher price. But go ahead.
Yeah.
I see. I got a question.
Nah, I just put it up there. My man said spiders out there looking like crabs. Them shits be on point though, man. And then, like my man said, like you said, people assuming you're rich and you know they want you to buy everything. So that is probably one of the lesser talked about bad aspects of the Philippines, guys. They do believe that you're rich. You want to believe that it's just about all of the Philippines, but for the most part, it's a very, very particular area, more so the province, where they really try to come at you with the whole money thing, because it's like they cannot fathom that you've come all the way to this country, that you did all of this, came all the way to this province, and you're not rich. You know, like my man said, they think you're an entertainer or that you're this, that, and the other. Truth of the reality is, man, most of us are just people trying to live, and they don't understand that. And in reference to the communication aspect as well, in the province, they just don't speak a lot of English. Let's just be honest. They don't. In the city, you'll get most of that, but out there in the province, you can't expect to have great communication with people out there. So it's going to be harder to have dialogue if you don't have somebody with you to help, translate or communicate for you, for sure. So my man says we got 22 people watching and I got 8 likes. What the man? Why do I do this shit for? Bruh. The doc on here.
I don't know, bro. Hey, y'all.
They playing, man. They make the boy work hard for 8 likes, man. Y'all over here making me pander myself out. But anyway, you know what? I ain't even gonna cry about that shit. I'm trying to enjoy my show. So my man asked, what is your favorite Filipino food so far? I'm pretty sure that's all you got out there. Yeah, that's pretty. You ain't got nothing but that local food to eat. So, what have you been keen to eating since you've been out there?
Man, I'm like molongay, lechon. That's my favorite. The pork. Yeah, bro. I have some pork, molongay. Pancet is my favorite.
All right.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and it all comes.
Yeah, bro. My favorite dog.
So what is your opinion?
Hey, on the real though, sometimes they throw the chickens in the backyard.
Okay. So what is your opinion on rice? Like, do you find yourself eating it with every meal now, or that's something that ain't really grown on you yet? Not yet. Or you still or how do you feel about rice? Because I know that's what they eat with every meal. Have you been doing it like that or not so much?
With the rice situation, I eat it every night. It's every day for me. You know what I mean? It's every day. So, yeah, it's because they have so little out here. So rice will sustain your meal. Like you eating meat or if you eating protein, the rice kind of adds with it. You know what I mean? So that's the only thing like they got out here is like rice. You don't see a lot of potatoes. You feel me? So a lot of Filipinos, they eat rice with their meals. So I got to deal with it.
So my man tells me that what you're saying is something that's making him nervous about not wanting to go to the Philippines. And I guess I need to ask him what is okay. So aside from the negative aspect, we talked about the negative. What's your positive? You talked about your favorite food, but what's your positive?
The positive is that culturally they are really helpful, resourceful, loving. I mean, especially when you're black. I found that even though they stare at you, they love you. You know what I mean? Especially in the province, like they love you. They want to know your culture. They want to know about you. And what I noticed from here being a Gilatilan is like they know my name. They know who I am now. So they know when I walk down the street, oh, that's Xzae. What's up, man? You want to play basketball? Or so they're very. I love Philippines, dog. It's very accepting, very. They're open-minded. They want to know about the U.S. They want to know, your life. They're very personal people, and that's a positive. Yeah, that's a positive, bro.
All right. So I feel you on that, and I can see that also. But my boy asked me, "Are you a Red Horse man or a San Miguel guy? If you drink alcohol, it's the beer out there. If you drink it, are you either or which one do you like the most? Or if you don't drink, what do you like to drink when you're out there in the Philippines? Like any type of regular beverage?"
Well, all I drink out here in the Philippines, I don't drink alcohol, guys. So sorry about that. I'm lame. It's okay.
You're
I'm
good.
lame.
Don't worry about it. But go ahead.
I don't drink alcohol due to my job, right? It's very strict, but I do drink. I like juice. I like the C2, the juice.
Okay. Yeah,
My
that
favorite dog. Iced tea. Yeah, boy, that iced tea be on point now.
It'd be hot as hell. It'd be hot as, bro. It'd be hot as hell out there. You need to stay hydrated in the Philippines, bro.
Let me tell y'all something else. That 7-Eleven though, bro, that junk pricey. Boy, pricey.
It's that provincial 7-Eleven. Facts, man. Shit.
For some juice, you want 85 pesos for some juice? Man, come on, dog. For some juice, bro.
Oh yeah, it's expensive out there, man. I mean, and I think that's where they make their money. Like, I mean, these convenience stores, because they know if you're a foreigner, I mean, don't get me wrong, there ain't too many of you out there, but for a fact, they know that if you want to come into the 7-Eleven, my dude, you're gonna see some shit. Like, you really gonna you're gonna have to pay for this if you really, really want it. So that goes back to what we were talking about before. We were like how expensive the Philippines can actually be. Everybody think it is cheap and shit. It can be just as expensive. It could be just as expensive as the Philippines. Hey, give me a second, guys. Give me a second.
Yo, what's up, everybody? What's going on, man? Thank you for your comments, dog. Thank you for everybody tuning in. I appreciate it. Hey, it's my first time in the Philippines. Been here for 2 or 3 weeks already. It's definitely a different lifestyle, man, from being in the United States. You know what I'm saying? So this is crazy. Like, I'm thinking Philippines is cheap. That's a lie. Philippines ain't cheap. It depends on what you get, man. They lied to me, man.
Oh, hey, Brian.
Hey, what's going on, man? What's good with you, dog?
What's good, man? What's good, man? What's good, bro?
Hey, where y'all come from? Where y'all come from, bro?
My bro right here, yo. Like, this is my colleague, yo. Like, as soon as I touched down, like, one of the first few dudes, so like, yo, like, welcome me, like, yo, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, what up?
Hey, man,
hey, it's Doc Mike. What up, Doc Mike?
Hey, I had to go take care of something. My bad, guys. I am tripping, but my bad. What were y'all talking about?
Yeah. You know me. This the homie Ryan right here, yo.
What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming on.
Oh.
So Ryan, time out. Stop the show. Since my man Ryan is on, appreciate you coming through and spending some time with us.
My pleasure.
What has been your experience with foreigners in the Philippines so far? I mean, I'm pretty sure they might be some positive, but have you had any negative experiences with foreigners, black, white, whatever, since you know?
Hell
since
yeah.
What has been your major issue with foreigners?
All right. Like, this one motherfucker, he was white, by the way, which I need to say. He caught me vaping on the street. You know, this little thing. This doesn't have drugs in it. We just use juice back here.
Okay.
This doesn't have drugs. It's just nicotine. So.
All right.
And this guy has the audacity to touch me in the street, like grab me, and is like, "No smoking here. You're from here. You should know." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm from here, and this isn't a fucking cigarette." And just like, it embarrassed both of us, like, for real.
Damn,
but
man.
Like, on the positive note of things, this is my first ever black friend. Like,
all right.
You know what I'm saying? I got me a homie.
That's
you
good.
Know what, yo, he's one of the dudes that like will literally like he was very curious and transparent about it, and his communication was the key. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know how a lot of Filipinos like to use the N-word and shit. He straight up asked me questions about it, and you know what?
Right.
I was open to, you know, educating him on that, and he was very receptive of it. So that's why we get along so well, and I can appreciate shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of us don't know the N-word is a bad word.
Okay.
Like, I want to put that out there. A lot of them don't know.
Okay.
I didn't know. because it's used so much in hip hop and rap culture, and you hear cool people like Kendrick talking about it, and like you think it's a term of endearment. So without any actual black people around, you get to use it loosely. And I met this guy and he taught me otherwise. It's like, if it hurts my friend, I ain't gonna say it to nobody else, you know?
And like I said, most Filipinos aren't educated on the word, because here's what most people don't know. And Ryan, you can speak to this. When you go inside of the Philippine mall, when they play the music, they play the unedited version of songs. So you hear all of the M-word, all of the bitches, all of the shits. It's the craziest thing. And we're talking about malls where children go, people hang out, so they don't know. Dude, there is no censoring of certain things. And I think it's mainly because they don't know that these words are bad in English. So, you know, there's a lot of things that some Filipinos, even if they play the music, they may not know, okay, this is a bad word. You know, this is something that, you know, you probably shouldn't say. So,
and a lot of them don't even know that amongst us, like black people, we have different opinions about it. You know what I'm saying? Like the next brother might be okay with other people saying it, but the one next to him might not. And the other one next to him might automatically slap you upside the head for it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I can remember the first time I was called the N-word though. It was a very interesting experience. I was walking down the street and I was coming from the mall and I was going to catch my Jeep. Yeah, it was in Davao. Yeah. So I was going to catch my jeepney to go home. And there was this guy, I want to say it was Filipino. He looked like he might be Filipino Chinese or Filipino Korean. He might have been Korean. I couldn't tell you. But I was walking past him, and I swear to God, he looked me right in the face. And this dude said, "Hey, what's up, my?" And he said it so nonchalantly. Like, and I had to stop myself. I'm like, did I really just hear what I heard?
I be saying, bro, and I be up in drunk, bro. Like, these niggas be brave, and I be like, yo, come on in. Like, you talk to you for a second, bro. Take a walk. Like, yo. As soon as I told him, like, that's a bad word, and don't say that shit again, he got shook. He's like, I'm sorry, but, like, you know what? I didn't mean to scare him or nothing. I'm just like, yo, like, I just want to explain, like, yo, that it's a little offensive. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to hurt you or nothing. I just want to pull you aside because why embarrass you if you simply don't know? I'm not mad at you.
Explanation.
Just, hey, a little side note. You know? Like, don't say that shit again.
Like, some people need that education. And to an extent, like I said, it's the hardest part about it is you don't want to come off as an ABM. You know what that is, angry black man. You do not want to have that perception in the country because Ryan, you can say yes or no, but do you believe that your average Filipino is scared of African Americans because of the way that we are perceived, or you know the way that that people talk about us to an extent, or not really?
Interesting. And as a Filipino, knowing a lot of Filipinos, it's actually a no. Like we're not intimidated by how you carry yourselves, you know?
They actually love us. Like they show a lot of love to us. You know, it's just sometimes they don't know how to express.
Because like a lot of people might know this, but we were shat on for the color of our skin too in our own fucking homes. So, like if y'all didn't know, and I'm sure they did, like whitening is a big thing over here. Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot to adjust to as a foreigner in general, black or white, when it comes to, coming to the country. So Ryan, what do you think would be one of the biggest adjustments for foreigners? What have you seen foreigners struggle with in reference to like adjusting to life in the Philippines?
Right. One of them would have to be getting stared at a lot. Like,
bruh.
Okay, so Brian, tell me why they stare. Bruh. Why do Filipinos stare? Tell them.
Like, foreigners are majestic, bro. Like, honestly, like this is a small country and we're walled in. You don't see anyone that doesn't look like you from like 3 miles. I mean, like 30 miles out of where you are. So, like, when I first met him, I was like, I was also staring like, damn, this guy looks a lot like Kendrick. And I love Kendrick, so.
Okay. Kendrick. And I like.
Sentiments might be similar with other people, too.
Okay. But let me tell you the truth, though. And I say this all the time. Filipinos have a tendency to compare you to somebody that they like. So if you remind them of like your favorite athlete or favorite entertainer, they're like, oh, that's so-and-so, or oh, you look like this person. It's not like an offensive thing. That's kind of how you kind of break ground and, you know, you're able to find that communication. Oh, you remind me of this person, or oh, you remind me of that person. And it happens so much, you know, or if people know your last name, they'll be like, oh, like this person, or oh, like that person. And, you know, then that's kind of how the dialogue starts. So most times Filipinos are shy to talk to you in the beginning, because hell, most of them don't want to speak English.
Yeah, that's my father-in-law, bro. That's my father-in-law.
They will not talk to you at all, bro. They will look at you.
He will clam up if it's just me and him in a room. He'll clam up and look the other way, like
they don't want to speak English.
What I do to you, like.
Also, like something important for everyone who isn't Filipino to know is that speaking English is like luxury over here. It's not a basic form of communication. Only the upper middle class and the rich know how to speak English properly, like, and communicate speaking in English, right? So I'm getting my tongue caught up in all this.
As someone that's lived in like the slum area, like what's considered the hood here, I can definitely attest to what he's saying, and I can agree.
Speaking English means money.
Yeah, a lot of my homies in Tondo, like their English is not on the same level as his per se.
That's why, fellas, like, and everybody watching, another important thing to remember is that if you come to the Philippines, people are gonna think you're made of the bucks, like dollars, you know. They're always gonna ask you to buy them some shit because you speak English, not because you have a blue passport or whatever. It's just a thing, and it happens to me too. And I'm not even. I'm just Filipino. They'd be like, "Yo, this guy's white. Hey, can you buy something?"
But Ryan, I want you to pay attention to this. Your English is too good. And because it's so good, they're going to think you have a good job that requires you to speak English if you're there. Or they're going to think you're an OFW, that you came from abroad and you've come back and now you've made it. You're like, and, you know, speaking English to other Filipinos, they look at you with the craziest fucking look. Like, why are you speaking in English for? I know you know how to speak Filipino, or Tagalog or Visayan, wherever it's from. And, you know, I think that's probably a very big issue in the country, you know, class systems, things like that we've talked about. So you say speaking English kind of puts you kind of towards the top because it's a luxury to be able to speak it and communicate fluently with it. So, you know, that's pretty awesome, man. I appreciate that insight. I want to get to my boy Xzae real quick. Xzae, do you have anything to say on the topic? I know my boy is here in the background. I just want to see if it's are you good over there, family? Internet and private internet be on some shit. Let me see something real quick. Xzae, you good, family? Yeah. Hold on, give me a second, guys.
Sure. Hey, bro, where you from, man?
Xzae's from Georgia, man.
No, what? Hey, all right. I used to live out there, man.
Time out.
Yeah, hey, crazy.
You good, family?
Yeah, bro.
I mean, so
my good, man, good. This internet crazy, man.
You good, family? I'm trying to make sure. I'm just trying to make sure the homie isn't forgotten in here. Yeah. But I gotta read this comment. So my man says,
"Barbecue and biscuits, boy. You already know." Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right. So here we go. My man says, my first time in the Philippines, I got tricked into going to the strip club. I got to figure out, how do you get tricked into going into the strip club? Somebody's got to tell me that.
You got to be real oblivious.
Bruh, who gets tricked into going into the strip club? You tripped and fell into that bitch, didn't you? Because that sounds like some shit I would do on purpose. Shout out to
my wife. Lady get lost. Because I know she's watching. And no, we're not going to a strip club. No. FYI.
All right.
Unless I trick him into
no.
All right, guys. So, Xzae, my man Xzae, have you ever had to deal with like taxi drivers that try to scam you or anything like that? because I mean that's one of the biggest things that foreigners talk about. The taxi drivers trying to get you not to start the meter. He left. I'm sorry. Fuck it. He'll come back on. But yeah. I'm gonna ask my man Get Lost. So what was have you ever had any taxi experiences like that? Because I don't know if we ever touched on that in our prior interview before.
Bro, I've had hella experiences like that. Actually, one the other day because I actually just got back from BOOTYLOO, me and the wife.
Okay.
And bro, that like these motherfuckers in the hotel even, bro. Like you're promised free breakfast and shit. Like they tried to charge us for every little thing, like checking in like a couple hours early, even though these motherfuckers didn't have like Wi-Fi, like AC, like no, they had AC, but the electricity, like they were using a generator and shit. Like, yo, you can't even fully accommodate like your clients. So we gotta meet in the middle somewhere, you know. So they kept trying to get extra money out of us, and you know, sometimes like people won't speak up. So I gotta be the one to be like,
this ain't right. Right, this shit ain't right.
Like, why am I giving you extra money if you already said this is the price and we already agreed on this? What's this extra shit for?
I mean,
like, even free breakfast, bro. Like we were promised free breakfast and shit. Like they got the order wrong, and dude tried to charge. Like there was no mention of like an extra fee or nothing. Like dude tried to say like, oh, there's a 70 something peso charge for like the trikes. I'm like, that wasn't mentioned over the phone.
Right. Let me
missing a coffee and shit. Like I don't even mean to sound bougie, but like, and you giving us an attitude, like these looks and shit. Like you're not even giving me the money in my hand. I'm like, bro, you don't know where I'm from. Like I ought to slap the shit out of you, but you know what? You good. I'm gonna just play dumb and thank you, sir.
My dude. First things first. And I hate to say this, Filipinos are synonymous. They are synonymous for getting your orders wrong, especially if you order in English. There is almost a guarantee that something is not going to come out right on your order. Trust me. Am I wrong or not?
Hey, what are you saying? You understood that?
He said we fuck up orders, man.
Dude, if it's a big order and it's in English, tell me them orders don't come out wrong sometimes. Damn near all the time. Not on purpose, okay? It's not on purpose. Sometimes they're flustered, especially if there's a lot of special things to the order, okay?
Like, I don't know. He got
no.
That's true, though. You can order it and fuck it up.
If you could, but most foreigners don't have the, like I said, if you with somebody who is Filipino, I suggest you let them order for you so that there's no really confusion with it and they can explain the differences. But a lot of us who go to the country by ourselves, and let's say you have that thick accent, let's say you got that super down south accent, you know how people talk from the south, that trust me, they can't understand shit that come out your mouth. So let's say you're from Australia and you got that thick, that type of accent. So you're going to come up with sometimes with issues like that one, but fuck it. You just got to deal with it. But yeah. So you said you're in BOOTYLOO now. Where you at now? Now?
We just got back from BOOTYLOO.
Okay. So where are you at right now?
Oh, we in Manila, bro. Pasig.
Oh, you're in Pasig. How long are you going to stay there?
Shit, this is where I live, bro.
Okay, man. Last time we talked, man, we was over in the Middle East for a minute, man. I didn't know we made the move.
Yeah, bro. Like
you ain't tell me. We didn't talk like that. We didn't have that.
I gotta get these videos, fam.
We didn't have that dialogue, family. So I was lost on that. So that's cool, man. So what has life been like for you so far, man? Since you've made the full transition, because it's one thing to visit, it's another thing to make the transition.
Yeah, bro. And you know what? People like this guy made the transition a lot easier, because it's a lot more helpful and, a more meaningful experience when you got people that are really genuine and want to help you. Like, yo, he's actually even helping me with the language, like touch up on the shit that I know, like, because I'm not conversational, but I understand, like, most of what's being said to me. You know what I'm saying? So if anything, I'm talking in English, but he helped me with, like, making shit conversational and not too formal. So definitely it's definitely on the way up. You know what I'm saying? It's not something that's like at a stagnant or like going down. Like since like the transition is something that I'm still doing and did, I guess you could say. Like it's cool, bro. Like it's cool.
Okay, facts. All right, so I got a question for Ryan. Ryan, answer this question. It says, do Filipinos feel like how some Americans feel about like Mexicans coming into the United States? If we're in your country, we should learn to speak your language.
No.
It's not a requirement. You don't believe that Filipinos feel like we should learn their language since we're there?
we done been globalized, so for like 400 years we've had to learn other languages for other people. So
Very true.
we're
That's
pretty
true.
used to it. So and we still very much like to whisper about people. Like as a people, I'm not saying I do that with him, but people like to have their own code, you know?
Talking shit, blood.
Yeah.
I think that overall, Filipinos are good for, if they don't like you, they will talk shit in their language behind your back. So I suggest you treat everybody nicely. Like, it was unfortunate that somebody came to your country and tried to tell you not to do something in your own country. That seems a bit out of character. That shit's not right at all. And I mean,
I told him to go the fuck home.
What's the saying? Oh, you're the
presidency.
So?
And to be honest with you, that is a very delicate topic of conversation. For myself, I've lived in the country for 10 years before I moved back home, and I've been back and forth. You know, to an extent, I feel like there are certain things that I'm okay to talk about and have dialogue with, but there are certain things, even though I live there, that I feel I'm not, you know, qualified or able to touch on. But you have some foreigners in reference to politics and things of that nature, right? There are topics, right? There are certain things you don't talk about. You feel me?
He said he could get in trouble for talking about the government.
Yeah, I mean, we can. Yeah, hell,
like, yo, bro, isn't it even on like our travel advisory? Like, don't get involved in any type of protest or nothing. Like,
yo, did you hear about that Australian nun that did some protesting and she went to jail? That was probably about a couple years back, maybe about 2018 or something like that.
Oh, white lady, right?
Right, yeah. They go to jail for that shit.
Did she have blonde hair?
Yeah, but it was kind of short or like some shit I can't remember.
Yeah, I remember.
I think she went to jail because she was a part of a protest that was talking about her disapproval of some political agenda or something like that. They arrested her. So as foreigners, there are certain things that we are actually not allowed or should never talk about. One of those is politics, and you know, there's a lot of other things that are, you know, that we just shouldn't speak on. But you know, you got people who.
Would I be allowed to talk about government there as a visitor?
Yeah, you can talk your shit. You come to the U.S., you can talk your shit.
You got any spare blue passports lying around?
Now, let me tell you, no, but here's the truth, though. I think that what happens is some foreigners, they get involved with a certain group of people that may share a like-minded disapproval of things. And like when you get with a group of people and you're having that conversation or that dialogue, all of a sudden, you know, you feel like you want to do something about it because you're hyped up, but you fail to remember that you still the foreigner and this isn't your country. So, you know, when you get caught up in the hype of things, the shit could get real very, very quick, man. What's going on, family?
What's up, bro?
Yo, what's good with you? What, you a Packers fan, man? You better stop.
You already know.
What the fuck, man? Get the hell off my channel, man. Come on with that nonsense. But go ahead, man. You know better than that shit. What's good, bro? Yo, what's good with you, man? I appreciate you coming on, man. What's going on with you?
Hey, you know, I'm always down to talk about home. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So speaking my family, what's going on with you?
Now, one of y'all said something like went to the strip club their first day or whatever. Like that's a Filipino thing, bro.
I think that's a rite of passage in the country, fam. Actually, I think every foreigner needs to go to a strip club at least once in the Philippines just to see what it's like. I don't know.
I'm gonna tell you, right? Like, when I went in 2015. I got there at nighttime. Okay. Around like midnight, you know what I'm saying? So I was ready to party, you know what I mean? So I went out with family and all that, you know what I'm saying? And you know, at like nighttime, like the money change is closed, you know what I mean? So you can't really exchange your money.
Right.
So I got my teacher to exchange my $200, which I found out earlier. She kind of beat me for some of my money. Like I was missing, like, you know what I mean? But I ain't really understand the money at the time because I count Filipino money by 1,000 pesos. I know that's 2250. So I always look at it as 2250. You know what I'm saying? But my first day there, I wound up spending 4,500, right? But I got tricked. By my family because my mistake was taking my family to the club. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I may get a phone call.
My bad. Right. Damn.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
I end up spending $4,500 because I went to the strip club, my brother and my sister, and we end up drinking Sam Mig and shit and all that shit. And damn, they on my ass today. My bad, Mike.
Go ahead, man.
See, I ended up buying beers and shit and all that. You know what I mean? And you know, I ain't really know how it went at the time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, when you go to the Philippines, your beer and shit come with a girl. You know what I'm saying? Like the girls sit with you. If you want to buy them a beer or whatever, you could buy them a beer, but they sit with you. You know what I'm saying? So me, my brother, and my sister, we all with girls and shit. You know what I mean? And my brother was like, yeah, you know, you could take her upstairs or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, for real? But you know, me being all stupid and shit, I'm thinking like, oh, she's interested. She want to fuck. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't know about the time I went upstairs. That was a 3,000 peso charge, like whether you go upstairs and fuck or not. You know what I'm saying? So when I came back downstairs, I just fucked because she hit me with the last American guy hurt me. I don't want to do it. Like she ran the whole game on me. She got me, dog. You know what I'm saying? She ran the game on me. Like, you know what I mean? The last person hurt me, whatever, so I'm like, ah, whatever. So when I come back downstairs, like all my family down there now, they eating fish now, they got Sam Miggs, and you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, oh, that's cool, it's lit, you know what I'm saying? But when the bill came, he came straight to me with the flashlight, like 4,500, and I'm like, this is my first day here. Like I just landed, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, what the fuck is 4,500? Like, so it's like $100 something, you know what I mean? But I was pissed off that first day. I lost money. I spent money for some pussy I ain't get, you know what I'm saying? A whole bunch of shit. But after that, I started learning. You know what I mean? I start learning, and like, bro, these motherfuckers don't want to give up today.
Man, you good, family. So what ended up happening after that? You good?
Ended up happening is, oh shit, my bad. I was on PS4 and shit. But I ended up having to pay that because my family was, you know, Pinos will hit you with a we'll pay you when we get paid. You know what I'm saying? That's their favorite thing to say. When we get paid, we'll pay you back. But they never do. I got like 4,500 is like your fucking salary for the month. You know what I'm saying? So how the fuck do they pay you back for that? You know what I mean?
I've never heard somebody. I have heard people tell me they pay me back though, but you know that shit's a lie. So you should never get money unless you know you afford to lose it. But it's kind of fucked up though because that was family though. That's kind of fucked up. That's my thing. That's your people's. Yeah, that's
they call me AM boy. You know, that mean American boy. So they think I'm an ATM, period. You know what I'm saying? And I do music. You know, I got famous friends in the Philippines. Like I'm friends with Looney, Abra, Mike Swift, Ron Henley, all these type people. So when my family see that, you know what I mean? They like, oh, you in the music business. You got some type of money. You know what I mean? So like, my first weeks over there, they kind of like took advantage of that.
That makes sense.
But I'm used to it. But like I spend 1,000 pesos a day in the Philippines, bro. I can't eat wet market food. I can't live that Filipino lifestyle, bro. I need my shakies. I need my, you know what I'm saying? Like I need that. You know what I'm saying? So I also spent a lot. I spent around like 5,000 2 months. You know?
That shit seems like it's too much, man. I mean, if you got it, it's cool. But damn, man. So I'm gonna talk to my boy Ryan real quick though. I want to see what my man Ryan got to say. Ryan, go ahead, man. Did you have something that you were gonna talk about before? Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just
listening in.
Bags over there that he got fooled twice. Usually for the full coach in a strip club, you only gotta pay like 1,000 pesos. So that's 2,250. But my man over here got charged 3,000, which is like a lot more.
But that's plus food too. So that's food, that's the upstairs joint, plus the beer for the young lady. So you got 3 things on the tab already. And then you know the plus because everybody's got to get theirs. You know there's gonna be a surcharge somewhere in there for the club. And then, you know, so that's how they run the game. I mean, that shit ain't nothing to play with. I mean, it's the truth. And like my man said, let's run through the whole story real quick. Walk into the club, you sit down, you order food. All right, that's the charge. You buy beer for the young lady plus yourself. That's a charge. That's a lady drink. So that's already that drink times like 2, 3, maybe even 4. Because that's considered a lady drink, buying the drink for the young lady. Then my man's want to go upstairs. You ain't walking upstairs for free. You feel me? So that's already, like my man said, probably about $3 grand. So I'm thinking to myself, man, you racking up. But if you don't know that these numbers are adding up, that's how you get fucked. So, like, for example, let's say you just get drinks and food. What they do and what they like to do, and this is what I tell people never do, they bring you that little slip of paper and they tell you to sign the bottom of that shit. And this is at every club you go to. Sign that. Here's that flashlight and sign the bottom of that paper. And what that means is that's what I like to call, that's a get out of jail free card. Because all that means is they can throw shit on there, but your signature at the bottom, how can you dispute it? You feel me? How can you dispute anything that this person put on there if your signature is already at the bottom of the paper? And you do realize that that's not an actual receipt paper, right? That's just a slip of fucking paper that they pulled out of their back pocket that they can probably, say they charged X amount of XYZ for certain things that you really never knew about. You feel me? So
I've never gone to a strip club with a foreign guy, so.
Oh, they get us heavy, man. And I love it though. I mean, it's part of the game though. I feel like you have to go through the experience, because that's how you're gonna learn. And this is for guys who deal with bar girls. This ain't everybody's steez. Like I said, this is just for your average first timer to the 9 times at the bar. Unless you got a female, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna find your way to a bar. Whether another foreigner take you, whatever. So
you take your home to Air Force One yet, bro?
What up, though?
I was saying the get lost dude. I said you ain't take the homie to Air Force One yet.
This guy's married.
I know.
They don't know what it is.
You don't know.
Never mind.
Professional establishment.
Let's just say that everybody learns through experiences, fam. I mean, me, myself, and I never went by myself though. I mean, I can't trust going to a strip club by myself, because that's how you get fucked up. I mean, I know people who go to the club and they go to it and they feel like they're obligated to outpay the next guy next to them. That's what my boy did. You end up dropping way more cash than you came with, trying to impress people that really ain't worth your time and effort. But because you feel like you're a foreigner and you kind of feel an obligation to try to, show people what you bow, to show people that you got this, show people that you got that. And these people coming from the US and all this shit, and that's what got these girls thinking that these foreigners are just dumb, stupid, crazy with their money. They just gonna throw this at us, and yeah, man, they gonna do this for us. And then they meet people like us, the motherfuckers who know how to say no, the people who be like, you got me twisted, confused, and all types of shit. No, I'm not sending your kids to college or to elementary school. You have those people that are not educated on the scams per se, and then they meet people who know how to say no, and it becomes an issue, and then they look at us like we're karipot. That's my favorite word right there. They look at us like we're the cheap foreigner because we say no to things, and it opens up a lot of different doors and thought processes. But that's kind of how you kind of figure out if you're dealing with a real person or somebody that's just after the bag, man. By right, saying no. If a girl,
that's the sad part.
And her like, she may be there. Yeah, she may be there for quite a few more reasons than just what you can do for her. So that's my thoughts, man. But yeah, I appreciate all y'all in the chat, man. I'm just keeping up with my people, man. Scorpio, I see you guys, man. I appreciate y'all coming through. My man Xzae, the internet's connection's bad out there, family. My bad. I know it was bad out there, but we gave it an attempt. A lot of people think that you need to learn through experiences. So my man, Get Lost, what experiences do you think foreigners have to realize up close and personal, like something they have to go through in order to be able to understand it? Because if you think about it, in YouTube videos, we try to tell foreigners, don't do this, 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 and this, to try to keep yourself from getting caught up in scams and nonsense like that. But what do you think they got to go through in order for them to be able to say, you know what, now I know what they're talking about. Now I know what these guys have been telling me the entire time. I'll let you go. Go ahead.
Sure. I would say that everybody that's friendly don't always got your best interest in mind. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that's friendly to you, got a good vibe, don't always got your best interest in mind.
I like that one. I'm gonna let my boy Bag. Hey yo, go ahead, family. Tell me what is one experience you think foreigners got to go through that you can't avoid, basically.
Oh, the taxi gonna get you, whether you like it or not. Taxi is gonna get you. They gonna get you. But I hit them with the flat rate. That's what I do, because I used to live in grass residences in Xzae, and that's like kind of away from Moa. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I would pay 500 flat rate to go to Moa all the time. I'll tell them turn off the meter and all that. Sometimes they didn't want to do it, you know what I'm saying? Because I dress like an American, but I'd be like, bro, I'm Filipino, bro. Don't hit me with that bullshit, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, like, they're gonna get you if you're American with this cab shit. I even had a cab driver take me the wrong way on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like, he making wrong turns on purpose, and he hopping out, asking other people questions. How you get here? I'm like, you a cab driver. How the fuck you don't know how to get?
How you get the job? How you get the job?
It's not to avoid. You gotta be with a woman to avoid that. I let the Filipina do all the talking for me. You know what I'm saying? Like ordering my food, all that. I let her do it, and I just stay in the background. Like, that's how I play it now, because I don't speak Tagalog. Right.
And in your situation, what's cool is the fact that you got the look. If people don't hear you speak, they'll just think they just think you're Filipino. I mean, and as long as you don't speak, you good. You know, if you have somebody speak for you, nobody's gonna question whether you from America, unless they judge you based.
Hey, Mr. Smith, that's why I lived at Tower 2, bro. That's why I lived at Tower 2, grass residence.
Shout out
it's a nice place, bro. 3 pool, gym, it's connected to the mall, you know.
Yo, where you from?
I'm from Newark, New Jersey, bro.
Oh, yeah, you got that accent, bro.
My man got that up north New York shit.
I didn't know that. I didn't know I had an accent, bro.
I'm a South nigga. I'm sorry, bro. But I got you. Hey, guys, man, it's been about 1 hour and 12 minutes. You know, we've been on for a hot minute. I'm going to give everybody a chance to say their final thoughts, and then I'm going to go ahead and shut it down so people can get back to what they're doing. So, my man, Bags, I'm going to let you go first since you were the last one on. Say your piece, anything you got to say, and go ahead.
I don't got too much. I just want to say this. Mike, I remember we was in Black American Expat Live, and I mentioned the wealthy part of the Philippines, like where they sell the Lambos and the Wraiths, and you're the only dude I seen do a video there. You remember the video? You was like, this is real life. And I was staying over there, but I never really seen people do videos. You got money to live over there. You know what I'm saying? But I lived, my father from Tondo, you know what I'm saying? Like, he from the gutter, like, you know what I'm saying? I've been to Tondo, and I also lived in Makati, like rich, snobby Chinese motherfuckers that too. So I live both sides, and I also lived in Los Piñas too. So like kind of the middle class. I live all 3 lives in the Philippines. You know what I'm saying? Right. But it's getting expensive by the day, bro. Like by the day, like it's just getting crazy, bro. It's getting crazy.
By the time, to be honest with you, by the time we reach the next decade or so, Philippines is going to be unaffordable for your average. No cap. I'm going to give it at least the next 10 years before it becomes unaffordable for a lot of people. You're going to see a lot of people having to get the fuck up out of there or something. But yo, family, I appreciate you coming on. Hey, yo, my man, Get Lost. Go ahead and give your final thoughts, family.
Shit, man. I got much to say. You know, shit, you know what I'm saying? All experience shit, but you know, stay on your P's and Q's, stay on your toes. Because motherfuckers gonna get you for your money, one way or another. They're gonna get you for your money.
Facts. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, it has been fun. I want to shout out to my boy Xzae, who came on with me earlier. Ryan's on the channel. It is always good to have a Filipino perspective or Filipino outlook on, you know, foreigners in general, because I can honestly say that every experience with foreigners is not going to be great. It's not going to be good at all. and vice versa. But I mean, hell, we're coming there, so I do believe that we have to exercise some respect, you know, but we do have some that kind of push the narrative on certain things that they really don't have no business. So, you know, it's been great. Like I said, man, and Ryan, if you have anything you want to say, man, you can definitely say your piece. That's perfectly fine.
All right. Thanks for having me. And if anyone's like, if anyone out there with a spare blue passport, I really need some help getting the fuck out of here. I don't belong.
White women.
I don't belong here at all.
Well, some people feel like they are not in the area in which they belong. That's why a lot of us, talking about me, my boy Bags and Xzae, and Get Lost, that's why we get the fuck out of our own country. We got Filipinos trying to get into our country while we're trying to leave. I had a girl that told me, can we just switch spots? You know, because I mean, it's the truth. They're like, yo, can we just switch? Because you want to be here, I want to be there. And
only
why the opportunities in the Philippines are limited for a lot of people. I mean, it's not easy to start your own business and grow it into multi-million peso businesses. It's not like in the US where you can do that shit overnight. You know, those opportunities are not a lot. So much respect for the people that are able to do it. They may not do it all the right way though. That's what I do.
You got a little clothing line too, bro.
Yeah, forgot. I got a clothing line. Please follow us on Instagram. It's @ForTheCronies. Thank you. My man,
you gotta. All right, man. Well, we appreciate y'all coming on. Like I said, I want to shout out my boy Xzae because Xzae can't get his final thoughts in. But you know what, guys? It's been an awesome show. It was good to have my guest on. Feels good to bring a lot of people on to have, you know, everybody's, you know, perspective. So much love, much appreciation. And until the next time, guys, the Good Doc is out. Peace to everybody and much love, man. Take care.
All right, bro. Salam alaikum.
All right. Let me end the cast, bro.